These are the words! The words that you guys are thinking about when you guys come to sketching polynomial functions. You got zeros. What's the other one? EB. You guys know what EB is?
No.
End behavior. And then we have mults. You guys know what mults is? Multiplicity. And the last one is y-intercept. He's kind of insignificant at times because he's not absolutely needed. But I'm going to put him anyways because he's so easy. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to factor this so I can find my zeros. Hopefully it is factorable. Sometimes you run into these bad boys and they're not factorable, but I'm going to see it and hopefully it works. So I take out an x squared. This one I could take out a negative 25. Oh, it's magic. I can take out another x plus 1. And then I have x squared minus 25, which also factors. So we have x plus 1 times x plus 5, x minus 5. And then we got our zeros. So we set this equal to 0, and then we go like, oh, you don't even have to set anything equal to 0 because you guys are so good, right? This one's negative 1, and this one gives you negative 5, and this one gives you positive 5. So I'm just going to write plus or minus 5. Those are my zeros. Now, hey, pause, rabbit trail. Why are those zeros? Let me show you. If I plug in negative 1 to all the x's, negative 1 plus 1. Negative 1 plus 5. Negative 1 minus 5. Does that equal 0?
Yes.
Let's see. I get 0 from the first one. For the second one, I get 4. And from the third one, I get negative 6.
But since you're on multiplying it.
And what are they all multiplying to?
0.
He just comes in and destroys everybody and gets... Yeah, that's crazy, right? Okay, so negative 1 is a 0 because it makes the whole thing 0. Positive 5 and negative 5 will do the same thing. So after you do that, you start graphing. Now I'm going to just draw my graph. And I'm going to put my x-intercepts on there. There's my negative 1. 2, 3, 4, 5. There's my negative 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's my 5. I got all my x-intercepts. Now, when I go to sketch my polynomial function, I have to start on the left side of the graph. So I'm starting over here. And I'm either going to go down at this or I'm going to go up at the first x-intercept. Okay? I don't know if I'm going down or if I'm going up. What do I need to know in order to know that?
The end behavior.
The end behavior. Okay, so the degree of this is odd. That means, see, it's a 3. The highest exponent is a 3. Because the degree is odd, I know it's going to be down, up, or it's going to be up, down.
Up, down.
Okay, now, in order to know which one of those it is, we have to look at the leading coefficient. The leading coefficient is a positive 1. The number right in front of the x to the third is a positive 1. Now, because it's positive, it's like a regular odd function. And so it's going to do something like this. So that means we have an n there and an n here. So we're going to start at the bottom. We're going to end at the top. Is everybody with me still?
Yeah. We are.
Okay. So now I can start sketching. But when I start sketching, I then stop once more. And I think to myself, what's going to happen when I hit negative 5? Okay, when I hit negative 5, you have to consider, so we did this guy, we did this guy. Now we have to consider multiplicity. What the heck is multiplicity? Okay, here, let me give you guys a quick review of multiplicity. If you guys have an even multiplicity, an even mult, I can't even spell right now. Okay, even multiplicity is like to the second power, or let's write it like this, second power, or to the fourth power, or to the sixth power. And we can keep going, like 8th power, 10th power, whatever. Okay? When you have an even multiplicity, you're bouncing. You're bouncing. When you go to the x-intercept, wherever it is, when you go to it, you're going to bounce. And so the squared would look something like this. The fourth power would look something like this. And then the sixth power would look something like this. Okay, so every time it just bounces, right? If you have an even multiplicity, no, I'm sorry, odd. We just did that one. An odd mult. Okay, this would be the factor to the 1 power. or the factor to the third power, or the factor to the fifth power, so on and so forth. 7, 9, you guys tracking? Okay, this is when you go through. So if this is your x-intercept and you're coming at it, you're just going to go straight through it. Now that's for the 1. Now if you go to a higher odd, it's going to do something different. It's going to do a little jig next to it. So I'm coming at that, I go, oh snap, and then I go through it. Okay, so I'm still going through it, but it kind of hugs the x-axis a little bit more. So if you guys are looking at to the fifth power, that would be more like,
More love.
yeah, more love. Okay, so you guys see what the multiplicities do?
I don't know how long.
Okay, now really quickly, let's look at where we're at. Look at all these factors right here. What are all their multiplicities?
Odd.
All of their multiplicities, yeah, all their multiplicities. We're looking at multiplicities. Okay, this doesn't sound good anymore. It was funny for a second, and now I can't do that. Okay, they all have a multiplicity of 1, and so, you guys make me sound so bad. Stop it. Okay, we're gonna go through all of them. I gotta finish this because it just. Stop it. All right, I'm going through this guy, and it's straight through him. And now some of you guys get really confused here. You're like, well, how high do I go? It doesn't matter. Just go. All right? Yeah. Okay. Now, if you want to know more exactly how high you go, what would you do? You would take these numbers right here, these x's, and you'd plug them in. You would plug -3 into this and see what you get. Whatever you get, then you know how high this is supposed to go. Okay? But like I said, I'm just sketching here, people. I don't care. I care more about, do you know where the zeros are? Do you know where the end behaviors are? Do you know if you're bouncing or going through? This is the important stuff. Now, I did say y-intercept, right? That's because he's so easy. All right? If I plug 0 into this right here, what would I get?
Negative.
That means my y-intercept would be -25. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put a -25 right here, because it's just too freaking easy not to do it. And I'm gonna go through it. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna go through this guy, and I'm done. My end behaviors are there. My zeros, my multiplicity is all correct. That's it.